Well, welcome to episode 23 of the Sharon Jesus podcast. I got it right here. Yeah, episode 23 of the Sharon Jesus podcast. It is officially winter. Yes. Well, it's not technically winter, but it was cold.
We know how it works in Arkansas. This is a false winter.
This is a false winter. Is it going to be 80 on Christmas?
In a couple of weeks, it's going to be like 80, 90 degrees. Okay? Yep. That's how it works here in Central
Well, if you're watching
Arkansas.
this whenever it's hot at the end of the week that we post this, we're sorry. We did this to you.
We are not meteorologists.
I know a couple, though. Thanks for working at Channel 7. Good me. But, all right, we're going to start. I don't know how to English. We're going to start with a heavy-hitting topic. I want you to rank your top 3 pastas. Top three pastas.
Well, you got penne, bow tie.
No. I'm talking like, okay, I want to say like type of, like, for me, number 1, fettuccine Alfredo.
Oh, okay, so you're talking about dishes.
Dishes, yeah,
Okay.
But they have to include pasta.
Yes.
Mine, chicken fettuccine Alfredo, mac and cheese.
It's a
pasta. It's a pasta.
Okay.
And then I'm going...
I'm good then.
You like the Sharks or the ABCs?
Yeah.
Oh. I like the Sharks. Anyways, moving on.
Ravioli.
And then ravioli. Yep.
Really?
I love ravioli.
Mm-hmm.
That's sometimes my meal preps for the week whenever I come to work.
Chef Boyardee.
No. I'm putting mine in Alfredo sauce.
That's not right.
Okay.
That's not right.
I want to learn how to make my own pasta, though.
Pasta out of a can is not legit.
True. All right.
That's
there's my 3.
I like the fettuccine Alfredo. I can't say that. I can't talk right now. I like that. I like the shrimp carbonara. It's kind of the almost the same, but it's got a shrimp
Taste.
Yeah, it's got shrimp added to it, more or less.
Oh.
And then Amy makes this like pizza bake where she uses penne noodles with the spaghetti sauce and all the stuff, pepperonis and cheese over the top. Oh, it's phenomenal.
That sounds really good.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Staff lunch one day?
Right. Right.
I like how Parker worked that in. How do I get a free lunch out of this question?
Hey, I'm about to ask. Sometimes I still feel like a broke college
I
student.
drive all the way from Conway. I need a free lunch.
That's good, right?
All right, y'all are
Okay, I'm
you're
gonna
on the
go. I'm not just gonna say like a dish, but if you go to Verona's, you got to get the chicken cremora, which is
Ooh.
phenomenal.
We have a shout out. Verona, sponsor us.
Absolutely, Verona is. Don't go to Olive Garden. That's a joke. If your
chain.
pasta comes out of a bag and they heat it, or they can make it in the back like they do
Ooh,
at Verona, there you go.
Don't hate on the sous vide.
Oh my gosh. Oh no. And
Do you know
then,
what sous vide is?
If you can include macaroni and cheese, then I'm going to include. We had a place in Albuquerque called Urban Dog, and you could get 2 hot dogs loaded with mustard and the best homemade mac and cheese over it. It's a hot dog you eat with a fork because there's so much mac and cheese piled on top of these 2 hot dogs with the mustard. It is awesome.
Hot dog with a fork.
Dude, it is.
Now, if we're talking
Urban Dog is where it's
No,
at.
we're just going-
It's so good. But you said
if
mac
we're
and
talking
cheese.
something like that,
Yeah,
the
let's go.
barbecue place that is across from Come and Go, I just forgot what.
Mike's something?
No,
We're talking about Cycle Supply?
It's fire something.
Fire
Hold on.
Dancer Barbecue.
Dancer Barbecue.
When he's got his trailer out there, he's got a barbecue mac and cheese,
Okay.
and like the mac and cheese is like crusted on the top, and it's over the top of like pulled pork or whatever type of meat you add to
Nice.
it. Let me tell you, phenomenal.
There you go.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Good deal.
I'm
I
gonna
like
go. You had one.
Did you do
more.
3?
You had
Oh no, because I'm. That's it. I'm good with 2.
He just likes 2 dishes. That's it.
Yeah.
I am. I'm a picky eater, and my wife
Really?
says I have an eating disorder because I eat the same thing all the time.
Hey, so do
See, I
I.
have a seafood disorder.
I
Seafood
have.
and I eat it.
Dad joke.
I'm not a
dad
father.
yet, but he's.
I got
that's-
so
Nowhere
much
near being
going
a
on up
father.
here. The last thing I want to think about is what I'm going to eat. So I just always get the same thing.
Do you go to the same restaurant?
Oh, absolutely.
And order the same thing.
I
from
walk
every
into places
restaurant?
and the wait staff smiles because they already know what I'm going to order.
I'm the same way. I get the same thing.
I get the.
I am the opposite. Karen does that, and but generally, if it's breakfast food and it's like Dan's, they know what I'm wanting. When I went to Niecy's for a while, they know what I want. But all the other restaurants, if it's not breakfast, I'm trying something different from the menu every time.
Oh, see, I don't want to waste the money. I don't want to buy something
That you
and
don't
be
like.
like,
Exactly.
oh, I didn't like this. I only took a couple bites out of it, and then I've wasted.
See,
See, that's what
$15.
happens. Ashley will go and she'll go, "Oh, I want to try this," and then about 2 bites in, she's like, "I don't like this. Will you finish this?" I'm like, "No, because I ordered what I wanted. I am not eating what you ordered because if I wanted that, I would have ordered that, but I didn't order that. I ordered this."
Fortunately, God equipped me to like everything.
There's that.
I'm thankful. There are items I have not eaten, but I knew that when I rolled the dice, but I was prepared to give it a great shot.
That's what makes you a great pastor. You just smile
Cajun-
through it.
Cajun shrimp fettuccine.
Okay, question. What makes it Cajun shrimp?
The Cajun is just the spice in
It speaks with an accent.
yeah. The shrimp have
Shrimp has an accent.
a
Yep.
French accent.
Yeah.
And I love Cajun spicing. I love Cajun. I love spicy anything. I'll be pouring sweat, and they say, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "It is awesome. It's great." And my wife's creamy elbow macaroni. She makes it's Mama Reese's recipe. She can do it just and out it comes. And but I just love regular, great, with high quality ingredients, spaghetti and meat sauce. And I'll put a little pepper sauce on it. Usually Louisiana's hot sauce, just a little. But I love Cajun pasta. I love spicy anything.
Tabasco or Frank's?
Wait, what was it the other day? Where were we eating the other day? And you were like, "Oh, they got Louisiana hot sauce," and it does not belong. Like Louisiana hot sauce does not
Trust me.
belong on it.
I've seen
you
this
saying
forever.
that.
And he's
They
just
probably put it on his
dumping
shredded
it on
mini
there.
wheats. This bale of hay needs some Louisiana hot sauce.
Right.
This doesn't have anything.
dude.
Thank you to whoever put that in our pastor appreciation. Whenever
No.
I was walking through,
was awesome.
and I saw it in Kyle's basket, and I laughed walking into the sanctuary. It was awesome.
And
Yeah.
by the way, thanks to everybody listening
Yes.
for
Yeah.
Yes.
your cards, your gifts. It has been phenomenal.
Feel the love. We feel
Yep.
the love. That's for sure.
Yes,
Can
yes. And
you
so,
feel
but those are my three.
tonight?
I'm gonna have to make. I make a homemade Cajun pasta.
Oh wow,
Oh.
I'm gonna have to make it for y'all guys at some point.
Parker will be happy with the lunch.
big old aluminum.
Hey,
Right?
I'm always down for free food.
Make it from scratch. It's not.
You gonna catch shrimp?
Like the sauce is all made from scratch and everything. It's
Nice.
not. It's not in a bottle.
Nice.
So
Very
now the
nice.
pasta.
Right,
I'm
right,
buying
right.
the pasta. I'm not Italian, so.
Dude,
You don't
I
have
did
to be
a,
Italian.
But you kind of do.
I
Big
did a
roller.
wedding for one of my former students one time, and he met a girl whose parents were missionaries in Italy. And so when we did the wedding, they flew over 3 suitcases of homemade pasta that the bride's mom had made. And they homemade all the sauce, everything for the reception.
Oh,
That's
Dude,
awesome.
it was fantastic.
That's awesome.
man, isn't that crazy? Like, I don't think I've ever met anybody that didn't like Italian food. It's the same with like Mexican food.
Yep,
Like everybody likes Mexican food. Everybody loves Italian food.
I could agree with that.
I was just sitting here thinking about that. I've never met anybody. Now, as far as spaghetti, listen, I had spaghetti 3 times a week when I was a kid because there was,
It's an
Me-
inexpensive meal.
yeah, and it feeds a lot of people.
Yep, go a long way.
Mom would make it on like a Sunday or a Monday, and then we'd have leftovers on 2 other days.
On Thursday, you're still eating it.
Yeah, and so like
Absolutely.
now that I buy and cook my own food, or excuse me, my wife buys and cooks
Good.
the food.
Easy.
I always made the decision like I'm not going to eat leftovers. Now I'll eat a few leftovers.
Pizza,
Yeah, that's one. Pizza.
pasta reheats really well.
It does, but not spaghetti. Spaghetti's. I will not get spaghetti from anywhere. Won't.
I like it.
That's
Easy
funny.
to please.
So
Eat it up.
while we're on the topic of food, whenever you're traveling, so we have one more fun topic for us to get back in the rhythm of podcasting because we haven't recorded in 2 weeks. It's my fault. But anyways, whenever you're traveling, say to we're going to New York. Are you driving and seeing the sights? Are you taking an airplane, getting there in 4 hours, landing in LaGuardia? Or are you taking a train? Because it's just different. How do you travel? How do you prefer to travel? For me, I love driving. So I'm going to drive and see all the sights on the way. That's just me personally.
I usually drive because it's cheaper.
Well, yeah. Sometimes.
Plane tickets are expensive.
They are. Especially with a family.
If I'm going to
Yeah.
New York,
Right.
I'm flying because that is a long ways in a car.
I've never been up that way.
I haven't either.
The closest I've been to
I
the
flew in high school.
East Coast was Florida, and we went all the way down to through the Keys and everything.
Yeah, I've never that far northeast as I've been. Is we just went in August in Washington D.C. trip. Me and Karen, I had some reward points. Jumped up there. Karen had a flight, and what it was during COVID, a flight got canceled, and Southwest, and so we had that. And I'm so glad we did fly, and it worked out great to D.C. But it was only 3 nights, and so we were back on Saturday. I really enjoyed D.C. Of course, I'm a history nerd, and of course, I also like adrenaline. So I rented me a Lime scooter and drove all over D.C. and dodged Secret Service, and there was a few out there around going while I scootered around White House and going down National Mall. There's certain places you can ride it and you can't, but I'm glad we flew. That's a long ways.
Oh, it
I
is.
feel like a train would be a cool experience, though. Like, has anybody ridden like a long train ride?
Amy has. They used to take it from Little Rock to Chicago or Michigan or
Wait, you can take a train from Little Rock?
yeah.
Yeah.
There's an Amtrak in Little Rock.
Yeah.
I feel
And
like
she
I should know
says
that.
the
to work
first
there.
time on the train, it's pretty cool. Every time after that, it is such a drawn out
Yeah.
trip.
Well, I feel like riding on the Polar Express. Like, I'm thinking it's going to be like the Polar Express. Because I was a
Keep
kid
that
when
image
came
in
out.
your mind. Hang on to it for dear life.
Like the train conductor comes out with the ticket.
Tom Hanks comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Wait, whoa! I thought that was an animated movie.
it is, but it's
it
Tom
is,
Hanks'
but
voice.
It's Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Go
No
back and
way.
look at it. It's Tom Hanks.
You're going to ruin the movie for me.
The
I'm not a
the
big Tom Hanks
The CGI
fan.
character is Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
And now that I say that, you'll go back and look, and you will see Tom
It will
Hanks.
ruin the
He's
movie
a-
for you.
I'm just going to leave the image in my head
There you go.
of the nice guy with the
Don't
mustache.
agree with all the things that he stands for, but he's a great actor.
He is a good actor. But
He's the
anyways.
same actor in every movie.
How are you traveling?
That's
Yes.
true.
He's the same. Outside of like Saving Private Ryan, he's the same guy in every movie.
Kind of puzzled, kind of
Yeah.
just
Goofy,
yeah.
weird.
Which have y'all seen Captain Phillips?
I'm the captain now.
Dude, that's a good movie.
Same
haven't.
character.
I mean, it's based off a true story, but
Right.
yeah, he is.
It's
the
not
same
based
character.
off. It is a true story.
Well, some of the details were changed. That's why it's
There's some
based.
dramatic interpretations.
Yeah.
There you go.
Kind of like the movie. What is that? Noah.
Yeah, no, with Russell
Where
Gerard.
the wood creatures come out of the forest.
Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler. Yeah, that's a
times.
good
No,
one.
it's not Gerard Butler. It's
Yeah, it
Russell
is.
Crowe.
Oh, it is Russell
Russell
Crowe.
They're the same guy.
Russell Crowe is.
Russell Crowe, Gerard Butler. I don't know who that
They
is.
have an accent.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Who's the guy from the White House Down?
that's Gerard Butler.
That's
Okay.
Channing Tatum.
Or yeah,
No, that was White House Down is Channing.
Channing Tatum is the White House Down.
And Jamie
what is
Foxx.
it? It's Angel
Yeah.
Has Fallen or
Angel is fallen.
Angel is Fallen.
Yeah.
Well, that's the three of them. That's the series.
Olympus has fallen.
London has fallen.
Yep.
London has fallen as the last one.
There you go.
And he.
Angel Has Fallen is the last one.
Angel has fallen is the last one.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
Because
that's one of
the
mine and
Secret
Amy's
Service
favorite
turns on him, right?
favorite series.
I have no idea. I've never seen it.
Oh. Anyways, well, that was a fun little segue.
How's Kyle traveling?
If I'm traveling towards
yeah.
the east, I want to take a plane. If I'm traveling west, I want to drive. The sights out west don't compare.
That is one thing I want to see. I wish I was a little bit older so I could have taken the trip with Sharon to the Grand Canyon and to Flagstaff, because that's one thing. Maddie's seen West Coast. I have never seen the West Coast. I want to see it so bad. Like, I think, okay, so this past weekend we went hiking on Pinnacle. It rained on us.
Nice.
I hated every second of it because I'm afraid of heights, but like planes are no big deal because I'm just like, I'm there. But it was raining. I thought I was going to fall down the mountain and die. So, but I love like seeing beautiful things.
Oh yeah.
Because like how we talked about, I think a couple episodes ago, like God's creation, beautiful. I would love to see the Grand Canyon because pictures don't do anything justice.
Correct.
Not at all.
You know, you can Photoshop a picture to make it look beautiful.
Even a film.
What are you looking at?
I'm avoiding a joke that you almost walked into right there. You said you said something about I like to see beautiful things. I was going to tell you to avoid a mirror.
Oh,
Typical dad joke.
Dang.
That joke.
but I could drive to the West Coast.
Yeah.
I've never been to Utah. I'd like to go out
Utah's
there.
really pretty.
Yeah.
See,
Utah's pretty.
I want to go up to Montana
Montana.
The Yellowstone.
during hunting season. Oh,
I'm gonna go hunt an elk.
Idaho's pretty. Idaho's gorgeous.
why are you doing that?
Oregon.
Nothing.
We drove when Harrison was trying out
The Oregon Trail.
a couple of schools in
Don't
Portland.
die from dysentery.
That drive through Portland or through Oregon, awesome.
Portland is in Oregon though, isn't it?
Yep.
It's the capital.
We had to drive up.
I thought Portland was taken.
What?
You know, during COVID.
Anyways, moving on.
I'm just saying it was taken and made a
It was a sovereign city.
sovereign city.
Oh my.
Anyways,
They wouldn't let police anything like that in there.
yeah, I think that's over with. But anyways,
They were like, we want guns gone as they protect this sovereign spot with their own armed.
Right.
so we have a question from a church member. Anybody
Yes.
want to guess who it is?
There's a lot of them, so.
Miss Christina Johnson, the Johnson
Nice.
family, hitting us up with a lot of great questions.
It means they're listening.
That means they are listening, and we appreciate you listening.
That's awesome.
Even if you're not the Johnson family, we appreciate you listening or watching.
Mm-hmm.
So the question was, what is the difference in knowledge and wisdom? I mean, obviously they knew the answer, but they thought it'd be great to hear us discuss it. And I personally do not want to go first.
Okay. Well, I'll just jump in and say short answers. Knowledge is facts. Knowledge are facts. And wisdom is how to use knowledge, how to use facts.
It's application.
There's a short answer.
See, I would agree with that. Knowledge is the understanding of something, the facts of something, but wisdom is having the ability to analyze those facts and make a sound decision.
It's application.
Yeah.
It's that because there are a lot of smart people that are very knowledgeable.
They're dumb.
Couldn't cross the street if you you see people that lack that common sense because they can't take what they know and apply it, and so and there are a lot of people that know. Some of the most interesting debates I've ever had about Scripture, about the veracity or truth of the Bible, who God is, are some of the smartest people that I've ever known, but they don't know how to apply it, and they're lost as a goose. Some of the best debates, some of the best interactions with God's Word are have been with guys who were very knowledgeable, but were missing that wisdom. And they are going to miss eternity. They're not going to miss eternity. They're just going to be in the wrong neighborhood of eternity because they lack that wisdom.
And I think that's important to, kind of just center in on is, because, we always talk about, it's head knowledge but not heart knowledge. It's a common phrase in church, terminology 101. I don't know, I guess. But
And, of course, the Bible says, pop quiz, the beginning of wisdom is?
The fear of the Lord.
Says it multiple times. mainly in the book of Proverbs.
And it's fear not afraid of, but fear awe and worship.
Right. Well, and it's like we were talking before we got started about like the way I was doing my sermon prep and what I was trying to get across yesterday. Like the material in the message, it's knowledge. But as I was prepping, I had to make wise and sound decisions in that prepping to make sure that I was getting the point across that I needed. Like I was applying what I knew to my decision-making process to lay that out.
And I've had interactions where people who have a great deal of knowledge, but that all of that knowledge also paralyzed them from that application of putting it all together. And so really they became unwise because they weren't able to act because they just had so much going on. Yeah. I know so much, but I don't know what to do with it, which is very interesting as well. Whenever you see that, you go, oh, my goodness.
Another interesting fact from God's Word is it says in 1 Corinthians that the wisdom of the Lord is foolishness to man.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right.
So he says
That's
this
good.
is plan. This is, as a matter of fact, God says this is plan A, and there is no B.
A through Z.
And
there's nothing else.
And man says, well, I can come up with a B.
Right.
And
that's good.
That's foolish.
Well, there's so much of that through Scripture as you watch Noah build a boat for 120 years in the desert. It's never rained. And then you see that culmination, Jesus dying on the cross to save us, and we do so many things even 2,000 years later. We're still trying to do things to save ourselves. If I have the right job, if I have enough money, if I marry the right person, all of those things we try to save ourselves still.
Yeah. I think that's really good. And, y'all kind of I don't want to say took the words out of my mouth, but, I can know so many, I know so many things that are useless in music, but if I'm never able to apply the basics, I think there's a good parallel between, that and, being, you're walking with the Lord. You can know every single Levitical law. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. But how's your walk with the Lord? What do your fruits look like? So I think that's, a really good way to look at it is I'm so happy you're a Levitical law scholar.
Right.
I'll
But
tell you something interesting that you just alluded to, talking about, a lot of musical things and some things that you can't really use.
Yeah.
And makes something popped in my mind that wisdom makes things user friendly. For instance, have you ever used think about it, a computer program or a computer that's so full of stuff that it's almost too technical to be used. And I've run across computers and gadgets that are so complicated. It's of no use. But you take something like, and I like Apple cell phones. I had an Android for 3 years. I enjoyed my Android, but to me it was more complicated.
Yeah.
It had more at that time. It could do things the Apple couldn't, but just the whole point I'm trying to say is, to me, wisdom is a company has a product. Can they make it user friendly? Whatever that is.
Well, and like when he was talking about, he knows so much about being trained or about music and the technical parts of it. Parker's a trained music minister. Like, he's trained in music. The people that he's teaching, and when I say this, I don't want to be taken the wrong way, so I'll explain, but the people that he's leading and teaching are untrained. Listen, if you've been singing for 25 years, that doesn't mean, being untrained doesn't mean you can't sing.
Right.
It just means you haven't been trained, officially trained by professionals on singing. So, like, he's training or leading untrained singers, and he has to have the wisdom on how much of this technical stuff do I apply and what do I not apply, because it's just going to go right over their heads.
You got to bridge the gap.
Yes.
And verbiage.
And so you've got to
words.
to make sound decisions and wise decisions to train those people up. Maybe to not everything but to some of it.
Yeah.
You know. And so there's wisdom in that. You being knowledgeable, that doesn't do anybody else any good.
Yeah, like with yesterday, we had with DJ Preach, we had Sharing Student Sunday, and part of that was, hey, I'm going to pick the song that, I think will usher us into our services, and then I want our student worship leaders to, and I'm starting to use that because I want them to be trained up to feel like they're, being worship leaders. I want them to pick the music that they think would work, and I want them to pick the keys, and part of that is, if they do end up going to college and they do end up, being in their BCM bands or in BSF bands or whatever it is, they need to have a skill set of, some basic musicianship of knowing how to pick their own keys to sing things in and how to communicate that with the band. And so that's, a part of it is, I know their vocal ranges. I can pick a song out for them and be like, all right, let me switch the key. Here you go, lead this. It'd be all good and fine. But if they're not able to do that themselves, what have I actually taught them?
Right.
I've taught them nothing.
Well, what was the second song? And I was paying attention. I was in worship yesterday, but I feel like when you preach, like you get amped up, and so like the majority of yesterday's service, like I was focused on the intro, my middle, my ending, and tying it all together. Like I'm worshiping, but your second song, what did you do as a second song?
Was that going?
That was coming out of the handshaking.
So the second song, that was Revelation song.
No, because you started the song with the choir.
Oh, I got saved.
Oh, dude, let me tell you something. The choir easing everybody out of that handshaking period and into the song, dude, that was a nice touch. That was awesome.
Yeah, I've done that the past 2 weeks, and I've every time I've done it, I've just kind of been like, ooh.
Dude, it was good. It was really, really good. And it flowed.
And
Sorry, I didn't mean to get us off topic.
And they responded, and
he was talking about yesterday, and it made me think about that.
I got to chill a little bit. I enjoy whenever y'all get to preach, because I get to, catch my breath. Plus, y'all get reps. Plus, I can pay attention to people where, like, y'all know you're concentrating on the beginning, middle, and the end of a message, and sometimes that's so important. But yeah, I enjoyed being up in the choir for that. I got saved part. It was really cool.
It was.
So, well, that is all the questions I have.
Yeah, but I got. Whoa.
I finished my cup of coffee.
Wait,
you got something?
Yes, I cannot leave this podcast, and I think he knows where it's going.
Here it comes.
I can't leave this podcast without this being unsaid.
Oh my goodness!
Did anybody watch the great Chiefs?
Yes.
Fall to one of the worst teams in the NFL.
Boom, boom, boom.
I didn't even watch the game. When I pulled it up last week, I was like, oh, we're playing the Chiefs. Great. We're going to get blown out. So I didn't even watch the game.
Right.
And then I go over to ESPN yesterday to catch up on all the scores and see who's winning. And I get to the Cowboys. I'm like, dang, they put a hurting on the Rams. Mm-hmm. And then I scroll down one more, and it showed the Broncos and the Chiefs. And I went, oh, Kyle's going to get it tomorrow. I told Gunner.
For the listening audience, DJ is a Broncos fan.
Have been since I was a kid, so it's rough right now.
Did you just pick rough. Your favorite team whenever you're a kid and just ride with them?
No, I
think
it's kind of ingrained in you based off of what your parents and their parents. Because like I'm a diehard Cardinals fan, but I'm only a diehard Cardinals fan because that's the games we went to as a kid.
Right.
Of course, I'm a huge Mark McGwire fan. That Sammy Sosa when they were going head to head.
Yeah.
That's back when baseball was at its peak.
The steroid era.
Yeah, literally. I mean, that's what kept baseball going. And then
they need to bring it back.
Well, it
just let dudes juice to become monsters.
It became about money and business.
Everything
over performance. And so when you see sporting events or the sporting world, and it's about performance, nobody's talking anything about steroids or anything like that, because they understand steroids and stuff like that's going to increase performance, which is going to draw in more people. When it's stuck in this continuous loop of we got to make more money, that's when people start getting blackmailed and they start coming after folks for drug use, illegal drug use, and stuff like that. So
back to being a fan, I think probably Kyle and I, our NFL teams are from is near where we were raised.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So grew up silver and blue, and I've stayed true even when they were 1-15 and criticized because, even back in the 70s, there was drug use going on in the defense and offense. There's always been drug use, but
they still all do it.
Yeah,
they're just
and then
better at not getting caught.
Yeah,
and the coach has this lifestyle, and everybody hates the Jerry Jones, the owner, and that you just. Well, I'm a fan of the team, and
I think everybody still hates Jerry Jones.
It's Jerry's world. We're just living in it.
That's right.
But I just gonna be honest. I could care less about the NFL.
I
Joe Burrow till I die.
we are excited about the Hogs this year in basketball.
Again,
but that's segue.
Parker's a diehard LSU fan, so
Oh, absolutely,
Is
baby.
he? Are
Oh,
you?
yeah.
Die hard,
dude,
Absolutely.
he let us have it. He let us have it in our group
Look.
chat.
Okay.
I've eased up on Arkansas because it's pitiful. Like I love when people are happy about the Hogs, but
It's too easy.
it's too easy when
We're gonna win out now.
you're not going to win out. You're not going to be
Don't
bowl
say that.
eligible, and I'm legitimately sad.
But here's the thing: if you haven't kept up with any of the interviews after the firing of Dan Enos, the way we've played the last 5 games, it explains a lot.
Well, it is still to be seen. Thank you for watching episode 23. Ooh, that was real smooth. Look at me go. I'm a master on the mic. Anyways, thank you for watching episode 23. See you later.
Later.